Hi there. Hi, boys and girls. How are you? It's Miss Carol, and we're here for Can You Picture This? We had so much fun over the summer that I decided let's bring it back and we'll do it some more in the fall. I hope you're well. It is definitely feeling a little bit more like fall. It's chillier out, right? We're probably wearing more of our long sleeves, maybe even a coat. We've had a little bit of rain recently, but that's okay. We needed the rain. We hadn't had a whole bunch of rain, so I thought let's do some of our Can You Picture This in the fall. So I don't know if you remember, I am receiving some clues, and for this fall session, we are going to take what's called a virtual field trip. So I know that there aren't as many organized events where you can go, let's say, with your class or with your friends, and some you can. But what I decided to do, I'm calling a virtual field trip. So there's some place that we'd like to go, and I need your help. I need you to help me figure out where is it that we would like to visit. So I hope you've turned on the motors in your brain. Get yourself ready to do some figuring out and helping me, because you were certainly so helpful last time. So how about we start with our first clue? Let me show you what I received. So what do we see here? We have our friends. It looks like they're outside, and I say that because she has a coat on, a light jacket. He's wearing long sleeves like I mentioned. And look at what's here, leaves. And I think I even see some acorns. So it looks like the first clue is being outdoors, having some fall fun. Here's more of our friends, and you can see they're wearing scarves, so it might be a little chilly that day. And the leaves are falling, or maybe they're throwing them. So outdoors with a jacket, so it's a little bit cool. Outdoors and a jacket. Well, one thing I was reminded of were the acorns. I know a fun song about some acorns. Look at what I have here. I have some acorns. Maybe you can help me, and this will kind of jog our memories to think about what it could be. Would you count these with me? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's 5 acorns here. Do you know the acorn song? I'm going to show you these acorns as we sing our acorn song. 5 little acorns hanging in a tree. The first one said, "I'm happy as can be." The second one said, "Whoops, it feels like fall." The third one said, "It's the best season of all." The fourth one said, "The squirrel is around." Uh-oh. The fifth one said, "Hey, what's that sound?" Then up ran the squirrel, and crunch, crunch, crunch. The 5 little acorns became his lunch. Bye-bye, acorns. The acorns were munched up by the squirrel. So what are some things that remind you of being outdoors in the fall? I like to take walks, and you can see all the things that are changing, like the changing leaves. There's a smell in the air to the fall or the autumn. The days are not as long, right? The sun kind of goes down sooner. And we put on a fall jacket, of course, because it does get a little cooler. Maybe not always during the day, but in the mornings and at night when the sun goes down, it is a little bit cooler. So our first clue is being outside in the fall. Boy, there could be so many things. Let's take a look at our next clue. This is a picture of what? trees. Wow. Trees and the fall. Let's take a look at this. So if if the trees and the leaves were swirling and changing, and look, there's the acorns we were talking about. I know there's a little bit of a glare, that's probably better. Do you like to go out and to look at the different color leaves? Do you go leaf peeping? Have you ever heard that before? A lot of people will drive along beautiful country roads, or they don't even really have to be country roads, just roads with a lot of trees. And then you get to see all the leaves changing color. There certainly are a lot of fun colors. I want to read you something about the changing leaves. This is called autumn. Autumn winds begin to blow. Colored leaves fall fast and slow, twirling, whirling all around. Oh, where's my picture? You can see these leaves are twirling and whirling, till at last they touch the ground and the leaves fall. Do you see that? They fall onto the ground. So what about this? Ever jump in a pile of leaves? That's outdoors. And I know it's usually chilly enough when you're raking the leaves. So look, here's another picture about being outdoors. Can you see my friend Poppleton? There's Poppleton. And he is raking up some leaves, and he is outdoors. What about this? This is Poppleton. See him? He was gathering some pumpkins. And you can see the different colored leaves in the background, and the geese are flying over. They're flying south because it's starting to get cold, and they go south where it is warmer for them. Here's another really beautiful picture. Look at that. They're out and here, like I was saying, leaving their home and driving along these beautiful roads with the leaves on the trees changing into different colors. I love this time of year. And not all of where we live, not all of the places on this earth has the opportunity for the leaves to change. So I think we're very lucky to be able to live here. Leaves are falling from the trees, red and yellow, orange and brown, in the breeze, So, where are we? We have trees, and we have being outside. What do you think? Do you think maybe we're going to take a trip to look at the leaves? Maybe go to a big field where there are different leaves on the ground, and we'll get to look into that? I wonder. Or are we going to be able to play outside? Maybe we're going to take a field trip to a park. That could be. I don't know. How about we look at our next clue? So, I have one last clue. Are you ready? Here it comes. What is that? Do you know what they are? Oh, those are delicious. What are they? Ready? Yell it out. They are apples. Good. Do you like apples? Apples are so yummy. And there's so many different kinds of apples. I really enjoy going to the store when I see the different apples and picking the different kinds that you like. Everybody in my family kind of likes a different type. So I have a song about the apples. Have you ever seen an apple, an apple, an apple? Have you ever seen an apple that grows on the tree? Look at this. There's red ones and yellow ones and pink ones and green ones. Have you ever seen an apple that grows on the tree? Huh. What else could this be about? Here's my 5 little apples. Way up high in the apple tree, 5 little apples smiled at me. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 apples. I shook that tree as hard as I could. 1 fell down. That was good. Way up high in the apple tree, 4. There's only 4 left. 4 little apples smiled at me, and I shook that tree as hard as I could, and 1 more apple fell. That was good. How many are left? I only see 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3 little apples high in that tree. They looked down and they smiled at me. So I shook that tree as hard as I could, and they were good. How many are left? 1, 2. Way up high in the apple tree, there were 2 little apples smiling at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. 1 fell down. This was so good. How many are left? Just 1. 1 little apple in the apple tree. He looked down and smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the apple. They were good. So, I love apples. Here we have a whole bunch of different kinds of apples. Red apple. This looks like a red delicious. This is called a golden delicious. This is pink, and it looks like, have you ever heard of the pink ladies? There's a pink lady. These are green, and they remind me of a Granny Smith. They're a little tart, a little sour. They're all great apples, and you could do so much with them. But now we have to figure out, so we have apples, trees, and fall fun. What could that be? What do you think all of those things have in common? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that there is something that I remember doing. That was a field trip we went on in the fall. So you had to bring your jacket, and we went somewhere with a lot of trees, and we saw a lot of apples. Where could you go with apples, trees in the fall? In the orchard? Apple picking? Look at this. It's apple picking day. Oh, look at that. That is a fantastic idea. Oh my goodness. I love apple picking. Look at here. This is an orchard. And what that is, it's like a big farm for apples. Look at all those apple trees. And I think I have something. Here, let me show you. See those flowers? That's what happens in the spring when the apple trees start to bloom. So these flowers actually, when they are pollinated by the bees, they become apples. Look at that. That is so cool. cool. And so, what can you end up doing? You can make a field trip. Look, you can run through the apple orchard and you can pick the apples. Oh, I hope you had a chance to do that. Oh my gosh, I really enjoy doing that. And what can you do when you pick all these apples? What are some things that you like to do when you get apples at home? Well, of course, the first thing you can do is just eat them, because just by themselves, they're so good. So you can just hunk right into them, right? Wash them off. You can cut them up, or probably a better idea is to have an adult cut it up for you, right? Always be safe. You can peel them. You can eat them with the skins. The skins are healthy. You certainly can eat them with the skins, but you can peel them. Now, if I took those apples and I cooked them and then I kind of smushed them up, what would that make? Applesauce. Oh, applesauce is so yummy. And you can also put it into a tin, right, if it's round, and you can put a crust on top, and I bet you can make, let me show you this awesome picture. Where is it? An apple pie. You can make an apple pie. Oh, apple pie is yummy. Do you like an apple pie? Or you know what you can do? You can just do what's called a baked apple. You can peel it, or you don't even have to peel it, but you can. And I used to do this. You would put it in the microwave with some sugar and some cinnamon, and then you would cook it, and it would get nice and soft, and you can eat it. There's so many things you can do with apples. Oh my gosh, you can cook so many different things with them, but you can also just eat them. And if you dry them out, they get crispy. You can have apple chips or dehydrated apples. Oh, so look, I wanted to show you some of these books I've been showing you, because now that the library is open, you can request them. You can put them on a hold, and then you can come and do what's called curbside pickup. We'll get them ready for you. So this one is called Easy as Apple Pie, and this is a Harry and Emily adventure by Karen Gray, oh, I hope I say this right, Ruel. And then some of the other ones that I was showing you. Look at the pictures on this one. Apple Picking Day. Oh, that looks so much fun. By Candace Ransom. Apple Picking Day. This is called In the Orchard, and it is by Pearl Markovics. And this will tell you all about an apple orchard and how things work, how it goes from apple tree to having to pollinate by the bees with the flowers, and then they become the apples. And then this one is Poppleton in the Fall, and that is by Mark Teague. And they're just a few examples that I was able to pick up because I was so excited to be able to go apple picking. I hope you were able to figure that out. It's been wonderful spending time with you. Even if you don't go to the farm to pick an apple, but you get an apple from the grocery store or the farm stand, they're delicious and they're so healthy for you. They really are. So go and enjoy your apples. I hope that maybe you'll tell me what you've done with some of your apples the next time I'm able to see you. We'll have another virtual field trip coming up soon. Keep watching. Can you picture this? I had so much fun. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy the outdoors. Bye-bye.